accidentally released from jail. He was sent to prison last month in Chelmsford after being found guilty. The Deputy Prime Minister, David Lammy, has just said that he is appalled at the wrongful release. Our correspondent, Nick Eardley, is following the story.
I'm arresting you on suspicion of sexual assault on a female under 16 years old, so you didn't have to say anything.
This is Hadush Kibatu, an asylum seeker convicted of sexual assault. He had tried to touch and kiss a schoolgirl in Epping earlier this year. Kibatu was sentenced to 12 months in prison, but tonight it's emerged he's been released by accident. A significant operation is now underway to try and find him. Government ministers are said to be furious. Kibatu's crimes led to a wave of protests at the Bell Hotel in Epping this summer. He had been staying there after claiming asylum. His crimes took place just 8 days after he arrived in the UK by small boat. Tonight, after it emerged Kibatu had been released, a furious reaction. The Shadow Home Secretary said a dangerous paedophile had been allowed to vanish. The Reform UK leader Nigel Farage said Britain is broken. The prison service has said it is now working with police to find Kibatu and that public protection will be their top priority.
Nick is with me now. We can see the Justice Secretary saying that he is appalled at the wrongful release. You've got more details about what has happened.
Yeah, I suspect a lot of jaws will be dropping while people find out about this story. Jaws were dropping in government when it emerged earlier as well. Some more background on what was going on. The Home Office was preparing to take Kibatu to an immigration removal centre. He was going to be deported from the country. Something has clearly gone wrong, and instead of that, he's been released. An officer has been removed from duty pending further investigation into what went wrong. There is absolute fury in government about this tonight. The Home Secretary also, the Justice Secretary also says that urgent work is being done to track down Kibatu. Ministers will be hoping that this is over quickly, but there will be really significant questions being asked about what went wrong in the prison service for this to happen. And I suspect questions being asked of the government as well about how this was able to unfold tonight.
Nick, thank you for now. And if we have more developments on this manhunt, we will come back to you later in the programme. Thank you. An asylum seeker has been found guilty of murdering a 27-year-old mother who worked at the hotel where he was being housed in the West Midlands. Deng Marjek, who's Sudanese, is believed to have arrived in the UK by small boat a few months before he attacked Rhiannon White at a station in Walsall in October last year as she was on her way home after work. Marjek will be sentenced at a later date. A warning: this report from Joe Black contains upsetting details.
Rhiannon White was a mother and a young woman who put others before herself. The 27-year-old was killed in what was described in court as a vicious, frenzied attack. She'd been working a late shift at the Park Inn Hotel in Walsall. At that time, it was being used to house asylum seekers. After work, she walked across the road to catch a train home. She didn't know she was being followed.
It was late, just after 11 o'clock at night, and no one else was around. Rhiannon would have been used to the short walk from the hotel across the road to this station. But what she didn't seem to realise was the danger.
As she approached the platform, she's seen on the phone talking to a childhood friend. The hooded figure is still close behind. Moments later, her friend heard screams and the line went dead. Rhiannon was stabbed 23 times with a screwdriver. Several of those blows penetrated her skull. She died in hospital 3 days later.
Hell. Hell on earth. The worst part is not only losing her, it's the nieces and nephews and her son. They're struggling because they miss her for no reason. He's taken her away for nothing.
This is the man who killed her. Deng Marjek, a Sudanese asylum seeker who'd arrived in the UK on a small boat in July 2024.